afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Hood Point, where we giving you real people, real thoughts, and real conversation. I'm your host, Keith Allen, and I'm chilling today with my Hood Point panel, Sean C.
Back.
E. Rumble.
What's up?
G. Host.
Yes.
And we have Miss Audrey Marshall, who should be providing money tips and advice very soon. And we also have a guest today, Mr. Scott Pennyman of Channel 19. He's going to give us his insight on the NCAAs and the Browns free agent signees and the stuff going around the NFL.
Yay, Browns.
And people are still not happy.
Oh,
Hold on. I was listening on the way here, man. They even more upset now. We'll get into that. This is really impressive.
No doubt.
Just can't be satisfied.
Right. Can't please everybody.
And people wonder why I root for the Steelers.
Boo. You still don't get a pass on that. Boo.
Also today, we also going to talk a little bit about Lil Wayne, who's in the hospital. It's a debate of whether he's all right or not.
I don't care about
Yeah,
that.
all right.
What that mean?
There's an album dropping.
You keep on talking. I just want people to see that.
Y'all root.
Oh, my God. There
And,
you go.
and it's not my age or my shoe size, okay?
There you go. There you go.
Are you holding that? Oh, anyway. Back to that. Also, I want to give a special congratulations to my co-host here, Mr. E. Rumble, who is now a deacon.
Yes.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
Congrats.
Yes, thank you so much.
Man,
Yes,
what
sir.
the boop? Does that mean I can't boop on the show no more?
Brother,
There's some boop,
I'll be
man.
praying
Am I
for
going to
you.
burst into flames sitting over here?
No. But yeah, God is good all the time, man. That's all I got to say,
Amen.
man.
All right.
So
Congratulations.
I just want to give a special shout out. I wish I could make it down there today, but I'm a Twinsburg man, and the Division I defending two-time state champions compete tonight at 8:30 at Value City Arena for their third straight Division I girls basketball title tonight. So
Okay.
shout outs to Twinsburg girls.
Good luck to the Twinsburg girls tonight down in Columbus.
Also, shout out to I think it's Ashley Morissette. I think is the point guard for winning Division I's Miss Ohio basketball.
Oh, shouts out to her, too.
So Twinsburg, we doing big things. You hear that, Spence? Twinsburg, not Solon. Twinsburg.
Also want to give a shout out to Spence.
out.
He's back after
Spence
a
is
long
back in the
absence.
building.
Where you been,
Hey. Spence in the building.
We were gonna break out a song last week. He was locked up, won't let him out.
He was like, man.
That's right, but
Yeah,
he's back,
sure.
though.
He back, man. That's
good.
all that matters, man.
I'm sorry we didn't show up like they did Chief Keef when he got out, Coke, cash, and alcohol.
Right.
And his little daughter in his hands,
Exactly.
I'm sorry we didn't show up at the courthouse, That's cool, though.
But we glad to have you back, Spence.
Right. Yeah, we're back. Welcome back, man.
Much love, much love.
As long as you, man, make sure you learn from your mistakes and you don't do it again, man. That's the key. For sure. So
You'll
what's
be
up, man?
good.
What we gonna talk about? We got a few minutes.
We can talk about anything.
No, we
basically.
giving all the shout outs, man. Shout out to my man Big Keith over here with the new JOB.
Oh, yeah. You know.
Making better biscuits.
Right, making better biscuits.
Better biscuits.
He moving up from value time to Bisquick now.
Thank you.
That's what's popping, homie.
You know how it is. I have some steak to go with the beans and rice. Well, you know.
Okay, all right.
Because for a minute, I was just having the rice. I ain't even have sugar or butter.
No butter.
It was just rice.
Did you at least have some water? Did you cook the rice?
I had a little drop. A little drop of water.
That wasn't rice.
That's all bad.
right.
It was all
I
bad.
understand.
Good, that's good.
Oh, also want to have a happy trails to my former roller, the Ford Expedition.
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah.
official?
Oh,
It's now property of Pull Apart.
Oh, wow.
Trails
Oh, man.
to you.
It's so hard to say goodbye
Keep your day job.
to the expedition. Hey.
and like every Saturday, this is where the show goes downhill.
Hey, this is why we do talk radio.
right.
Talk.
Hey, man, I was about to get my
Keyword.
first song.
Go Go ahead. Hit it.
No, I don't even know the words
get
now.
your Eddie Kane.
Mighty Kane. Be like, ta-da! Oh, man.
Classic.
Yeah, they gave me a nice little cash, you know.
That's good, man.
Now, you know, I had something before I didn't have in a while. I had a $20 bill in my hand and everything.
All right.
Let me hold that 20.
I ain't got it now.
Because you ain't going to miss it.
That's all you got for the car?
No, I got way more than that.
That's all it was worth, Chris. $20.
They actually gave me $22.50.
Nice. 50.
$22.50. $22.50.
So what you do with your $250?
You bought some sugar to go with the rice?
I think
That's
I bought
still
some,
not enough.
I think I bought some margarine.
All right, that's a step up.
I bought some margarine to go with the
moisture.
rice. I'm stepping up slowly.
All right, take your time. You got to crawl before you walk.
Yeah, no doubt. Slowly stepping up into the world.
Now.
But anyway, what's been going on with y'all?
Nothing, man. I'm happy about the Browns. I don't know if I'm the only one
I'm-
out of, like,
dude.
you know, Browns Nation.
You're not the only one.
No, I'm happy.
I'm happy about the Browns.
I'm happy.
I'm happy for him.
I'm happy.
Oh, the Ravens fan is happy for us. All right.
Hey.
I'm a football fan first before I'm a Ravens fan. Thank you.
Okay, I mean, because we took a key player from your team. Just putting it out there.
What's
That's
up with the
fine.
fire sale over there? It's kind of interesting.
That ain't
over
a
there. I don't
fire
understand.
sale. That's a open door and release.
It was like, oh,
Well, check out. The Ravens.
Deuces.
Check out. Ozzy was hanging with me when I gave my car up and stuff, so he decided to give players up. So you know.
He ain't give them up. They was like, I'm out. See y'all. Thanks. I'll be back when y'all get your ring. I get my ring, and I'll see y'all later.
Gave Bolden up.
Man, it happened right after Flacco got the money too. Did you keep that? Right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Make you question what's going on in that locker room. Like,
see what
wow,
happens.
okay. Like,
I like
the
how,
money, and they was like, oh, we out here.
Anybody see Ray Lewis the other day? Because, you know, he's now
He's an ESPN commentator now.
He tried to clean it up, and he was like, you know, I told the guys that it was if you win the game, it was going to open up a lot of opportunities. No, be real, man. You know what the heck is going on over there, man. You mad all them people is leaving, man. But he tried to keep it clean, talking about when you win the big game, it opens up a lot of opportunities for you.
Which is true to an extent, but
Yeah,
I mean, they
just
all out of there.
I was
Right.
a good player, but now I'm a Super Bowl champion, so my stock just increased by a little. It's the Flacco effect.
They defense did like a high school
Right.
team when you lose like
Flacco
8
effect.
starters off the defense and
Right.
everything.
Yeah, I mean, for Ed Reed not to even come back, I mean, come on, that's not even. It don't even feel right at this point.
Right.
I got a
sorry.
feeling he might come back though.
I don't know.
Because
If
I
he
don't
is a
know.
good
It
offer-
depends if he show up at training camp
He
with
just-
that beard or clean shaven.
He just
But you
said
know what?
he doesn't have a deal yet with the
Right.
Texans. He went to
He
visit
left.
and
He left Houston last night.
Yeah.
But they can't be the only team that wants him, though.
Oh, of course.
No,
I mean, heck, he can come put on.
he can
some-
come here.
He put on the brown and orange.
Exactly.
Right.
There's a lot of teams that could take him. He's a good player. Still.
Very.
Today.
I mean, he's a ball
He's a
hawk.
threat.
You can't
Yeah.
even teach that.
Right.
You can't teach that. So.
He ain't no Troy Polamalu, but I mean.
Oh yes, he is. Please.
Just had to put that Steelers in there, didn't you?
He's like
Here we
7
go.
Palomalus.
Are you serious?
Matt, can Palomalu
Man,
even stay on the
man,
field?
look.
How many
Okay,
games
so
does he play?
okay, he's been hurt a little bit.
How many games does he play a season?
Look, as you, hey, can you still dunk like you used to? You as you get on.
I'm gonna get that one off in this game.
Right, you're gonna get one off.
Get that one.
I say I might not
Look,
get
man,
2 or
okay.
3, but
Okay.
And it's gonna be a breakaway.
yeah, all by myself.
Win the
Wouldn't
game
tell that
over.
part, but hey, and still get a dunk
By
off,
himself. No help. One ball. One dunk. Ready, go night-night.
It counts.
That's the business.
Yeah, but I mean, but back to the Browns though. Browns, they doing it big. I wish we would have got the big cornerback. What's his name? Smith. I wish we could have got him in here. But other than that, though,
I don't know what they're gonna do.
It's subtle upgrades, man.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
Subtle upgrades. It's nothing spectacular, but
they
it's
still
just
got
short.
They're moving up the ladder.
Still got some holes.
They got some huge holes, but there's some serious problems right now, man. Because
We can't address them all.
well, here's the big. I'm not gonna get on. We'll get to that when we get to this
Yeah,
point,
no
man.
doubt.
But I was just sitting on my way in as me and my nephew, Lil Quentin, we was in the car getting fishy. And I was just listening to the sports things, man, and it's I don't know what this new regime is doing right now, man. I just don't.
Well, as long as ticket prices ain't going up, everything's still good right now.
I mean, they start out in the free agency strong, and then all of a sudden they just stop.
Well, I mean, they got to be smart. I mean, everybody's kind of fell.
It's like it then came to a standstill now.
Yeah, it's like they're doing nothing now. I don't know.
They're being frugal.
I'm just a talk show host. That's all.
They say they being smart.
Okay.
At least that's what I'm rolling
Okay,
with.
y'all Browns fans, when they roll Sheldon Brown back over there on the other side of Joe Hayden, don't say
that's not going to happen.
Coming back.
So. Okay.
That's not going to happen.
The corner boys have got that taken care of.
Yes.
Who?
Man,
Right here.
we like two Haydens.
Me and
out
Sean
here.
got that taken care of.
Yeah, y'all playing corner? Oh, I'm
Hey,
throwing on
man,
y'all all day.
You know
Don't
I
let me.
Hey,
Don't let me.
The same contingency plan I had if Anthony Parker would have came back has now been put into place for Sheldon Brown.
No, he can't come back.
You know what was happening with
Anthony Parker said he's coming back for an open trial since Kyrie hurt.
Man, that's as bad as those Derek Anderson rumors.
That's
I
not
just
going
seen
to
he
happen.
signed with somebody.
He back with Carolina.
Yeah, he did.
Good. I thought he was coming back here for a good.
No. No.
Go
no.
DA.
No. That can't happen.
I don't know. They got to bring somebody in, though.
Yeah, somebody. For Cleveland Cavalier Sports, they took it on the chin last night, but it's all right. Moving on to the next game.
Yeah.
I got something to say, though, about the Cavs.
What's that?
And I'm going to
Hey,
say
watch
this,
it,
and people
watch it.
might not agree with me,
Watch
but
it.
eventually, I think, just hindsight, if Kyrie Irving continues to have injuries, Deion Waiters going to probably end up being the face of the franchise.
No.
I'm telling you.
No. It can't happen. Kyrie's
It can happen
good,
if he
man.
keep missing 3-4 weeks at a time. It can happen.
It's Mr.
So
Conspiracy. You know who's going to be the face of the franchise?
Who is that?
He's down on South Beach.
you know that's right.
There's the face of the franchise. He's just been gone for a couple years.
We're going to keep the little drama we got right now.
Right. Also,
Until 2014.
Right,
We're going
right.
we gonna worry about that later.
right, we ain't gonna worry about that right now.
I can bring out my witness shirts again.
If you didn't burn it.
We just going to see.
No,
that.
it's tucked in the back of my my chest of drawers, man.
Smart man. But
Oh, wow.
Kyrie is too special. Like Deion is doing the thing, but it's like when AI was getting hurt all those years, who was the face of the franchise when he was getting hurt?
AI is a little more
matter.
durable. He didn't miss that many games in his first 2 years.
I don't know.
no.
Kyrie is like the
Not
new
the snow.
face of the NBA.
All Kyrie needs to do, man, he needs to just drink some more Ensure
Yeah.
and just
Yeah,
the
because
weights.
he started remembering
Yeah.
that he got that what was that Chris Webber disease?
Right.
I was like, dude, you need to
What
drink more
is the
milk.
Chris Webber disease?
He need to drink more milk.
Oh yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with you on that. I didn't know Chris Webber struggled with that.
You know, so
He's got glass bones.
yes,
Right.
I was like, dude, man, you just touched that dude.
6 weeks.
Right.
Right.
Because I'm like,
Come back and touch his other finger. I'm out.
because I was like, damn, 3 to 4 weeks? That's the season now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
true.
probably-
I think it's the way they kind of say, "Oh, you go ahead and shut you down because you don't want to shut down yourself anyway." So
Right.
True.
I think that's part of it also. He
let's go
could
ahead
probably
and
get back if we was in a playoff run, but
Yeah.
I just-
Okay. Plus, they already been talking about maybe shutting them down anyway.
Yeah, they was talking about that.
I mean, they want
Week or
Deion
two
to get his
before.
confidence up, and I agree with that.
and he's
but-
doing that.
He's
Yeah.
doing his thing.
Once just get that jumper a
There's
little
a
bit more
reason.
solidified.
I was
There's
gonna
a
say,
reason
do we
why
really
he
want
getting
to
his
put all?
confidence up because Kyrie ain't there. I'm trying to tell y'all they don't play well together. Didn't y'all watch the shows a couple weeks ago? I said it. You heard it from me.
Well,
I'm trying to tell
You
you.
tried to say there was beefing, like they were slap boxing in the locker room right after the game.
Hey, they don't give each other depth. Shoot.
Like it's
Oh,
right
man.
after this.
Well, we'll see what happens next year.
Right.
Nah, but like I say, we gonna
I
think
expect them to at least be an 8th seed next year.
positive. Oh yeah, we can get it.
Because another lottery, I'm not with that.
No, I mean if Andy wouldn't have went down, we would have been competing this
Right.
year. Actually, if everybody thinks about it.
Oh, shouts out to the Los Angeles Lakers. Get that AC.
I
Appreciate y'all.
see, I see.
Get that.
Please get that AC so we can get at least the 15th or 16th pick.
Kobe
Go
came out
Lakers.
after the All-Star
Yes.
game doing the thing, though.
Spence.
I say we rooting for him.
So Kobe, you got to get your stuff. You got to get that ankle back.
He played.
I ain't forgot
He
about
only
your
played
comments
one
about
game.
the Black
Okay,
Mamba.
but he played.
But the rest of the team
Yeah.
came back.
I know that's
Right.
right.
We got you, Kobe. Just sit on out there, chill, man. Figure out what's going on with Vanessa or something.
Right.
I didn't
Also,
think they were going to make it, but I'm see Kobe came out after the All-Star game and became a beast.
Yes. I agree with you. I'm rooting for him.
You just need to go somewhere, put that foot up, and let it get right.
That's
Just
all.
tell the rest of the
Well,
team
no.
I need to handle business.
Season almost ending. He can play through the hurt, like you say. He can play through the pain.
Nah.
If he played through the pain and win
can't
another
play
ring,
for
then
that.
he can just go ahead and call it quits.
He ain't gonna get another ring this year. I can tell you that right now. So.
I'm just wishful thinking.
That ain't happening.
Hey,
No, we don't want
It's
him to
just
go
wishful
that far.
thinking.
It's first round and out. First round and out.
We just need them to make
AC,
it.
we don't want him to go all the way
I
down
don't
to
care
25.
if he get the 8th seed, the 7th seed, or the 6th seed.
We just need them to make it.
They're done.
We just want him to make it.
That's it.
Just
That's
one of
all
them
I
Cavs,
want to
man.
do.
Dwight Howard, you better not go out. And Paul Gasol is coming back also.
Yes.
So
I don't
good. He
care
can help
who
them give
come
them a
back.
hump.
They can bring Kareem, Magic, James Worthy. Byron can lead the Cavs and go back and play. They first round and out.
They're not
And
walking
they would
through the
give-
door.
They would get.
They're not going to walk through the door.
They what?
They would get victories today.
Yeah, they
I
would.
bet.
They would. Showtime. I still think Magic got still a couple games
Exactly.
left in him.
We shall see. Well, anyway, we have Miss Audrey Marshall here that's going to give us some financial tips and advice. Audrey, so what's going on?
I'm doing great. Enjoying my last weekend off of my spring break, but other than that, I'm cool.
Okay.
You been
Yeah, it's
partying?
Crunch Town now. Party?
Partying?
No, not really.
Really? No rock star?
No.
You ain't go down to
No
spring break with
tequila.
MTV or whatever? No.
I don't do that no more.
No
No,
tequila.
no tops and bottoms?
I don't do that no more.
No tequila.
Sure, that's what they are.
You
Yes,
see,
I
she
did.
ain't answered my question. She answered all y'all.
No 32 ounce Long Island iced tea?
Yep.
Okay, see, that's something.
Tequila. Yep.
That usually leads
Bottoms
to all
up.
the other stuff, though, right?
What you say?
That usually leads to all the other stuff. The tops and
nope.
bottoms and.
I plead
At this
the fifth.
time, I can neither confirm nor deny.
I take the fifth.
I respect that. Okay.
So, Audrey, give us some tips and everything.
Well,
Go along.
Since we're talking about money, I'm going to discuss a few tips about how to save money. Saving money is not really easy. It's easier said than done. What might work for me might not work for everyone. So I'm just going to just throw out a couple tips. The first thing first let me go back. Repairing my credit has taught me a lot about how my credit is going to be beneficial to me as far as paying a lower interest rate on credit cards, a mortgage loan, or even just to buy a house. It helps a lot, especially because I'm saving my money right now. I'm talking about saving money, but I'm paying off my credit so I can be able to get that A1 credit score, so I don't have to worry about me going to the store and asking to purchase something just on my namesake. But the first thing you need to do is to kill your debt. And when I say kill your debt, you have to write down all of your bills that you actually spend your money on. And when you start looking at and write down your list, even if it's just a $5 coffee from Starbucks, still write that down, because that
Can't do it.
$5 will add up.
Can't do it.
I didn't say give up to
Can't
Starbucks.
live with it. Can't do it.
I didn't say give it up. I just said write it down.
I'm done.
All right.
Write it down.
So I can't have my $5 Subway sandwiches.
I didn't say you couldn't have.
That's your debt.
Yeah, because you're paying for it. Anything.
Yeah, Chris. He done.
And he be come with the 32-ounce coffee. No wonder why he be over here acting like Energizer Bunny all the time. But when you write down all your expenses per month and keep track of it, over time you'll actually know where your money is going to. I used to always say, knowing that trying to save money, I underestimate how much I make and overestimate how much I owe. That way, it kind of helps me out knowing that if I don't have the money to buy it, I can't get it. And I'm starting to practice this thing of paying cash only. If it's in my budget to pay for it, then I can pay for it in cash. I'd rather not use a credit card, which I cut all of them up.
Cut all of them up.
I'm not going to say why, because that was one of my reasons why I was in debt.
I can understand that, because me and other people's money don't get along.
Especially when they say I have to pay it back at a later date.
Right.
That
And you have a funny friend to go along with them called interest.
Yes, and that's what kills you, is the interest. Just by having bad credit, fair credit, or even good credit, you always getting charged a higher interest rate in your credit card bills. If you have an A1 credit, say 720, you're gonna get the lowest interest rate. You have the bargaining power to go to your credit card companies, and actually tell them, like, okay, I got A1 credit. Can you lower my interest payment? I mean, they'll negotiate with you. I mean, everything is negotiable these days. The second thing you actually want to do is kind of set a goal for yourself. Say if you want to buy a house in the next 2 years, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to have a down payment. Well, if the house is going to cost you $50,000, just divide $50,000 over 24 months or 36 months, and that'll actually tell you how much money you need to start saving your money today, so you can have that money when it's time to get ready to buy that house. One of the things that I learned also about saving my money is that I have to watch what I spend, because I'll go to the store and have a list of things that I want, that I need, but then I also see something else and I'll overspend my money. So that's why I always say pay cash. Don't take the credit cards, because then you're going to actually overspend. That's just give you another outlet to spend more money when you don't have. Me being on a shoestring budget with my business and everything else, I really need to pay attention, because my cash flow with my business is key and crucial to my business being sustained. I don't really know about... there is a rule that you can save money. And I learned this from my friend Daniel, who's a credit repairman, and he's helped me repair my credit. If you save $1 every day or $1 a month, that'll help. If I put 10% of my paycheck every month to myself, I'm actually paying myself, and I'm going to say I'm going to put that 10% up to pay myself, and I'm going to put it up in a kitty and a rainy day fund. Well...
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Right. If you don't pay anybody, you should pay yourself.
Well, you have to pay yourself, especially a rainy day fund. Never know, you might lose your job, especially in these economic times where a lot of people are caught between having that insecurity about having a job. At least have 6 months in advance saved up. I see some people over here itching and scratching about to ask questions, so come on.
Questions?
I don't know. I don't have it. I didn't put the spotlight on me, but I'm just listening. Oh, see?
The lights.
See, hit the light. See?
Turn out the lights.
And light a candle.
Do.
I meant to put the spotlight on you.
So, I mean, let me ask this. You mentioned about budget. How a lot of places they talk about a lot of times about creating a budget. How important is that? Creating your budget. I mean, that's one thing. One of the things that my wife and I, we're trying to buy us a home in a couple years, and that's one of the things that it's not the hard part is not creating the budget. The hard part is sticking to the budget.
Right.
And I think that's where a lot of people have problems with when they're trying to get their credit together, trying to save and things like that. They don't have a budget, and so they go out and they start spending things, and they realize, okay, dang, I done spent all this money. So, I mean, how important is to make sure you get a budget together?
It's very important to have a budget. I'm not going to say it's easy keeping with that plan or with that budget. It is very hard. I mean, especially when you see something that you really want, but you can't spend the money because you have other goals. Mm-hmm. I will always say, if there is, like, for instance, you and your wife about to buy a house, when you know that you're about to go outside of your budget, always think, why are you saving that money? Because you're actually, if you're going to buy a house, and you're saving money to buy a house, but you spend the money to get the house, you're actually going to work harder to replace the money that you spent. It's
I got you.
everything is a science. I mean, everything doesn't work for everyone. It don't fit everyone.
That's right. That's true. It's true.
And when some people, I'm not going to say a lot of people, but most people that do set out budgets and they fall behind on that budget, they do get discouraged. And they,
Right.
they tend to be down on themselves. But that's life.
Right.
I mean, it's nothing really you can do about it. I mean, you just have to have more discipline.
Yeah, and I will admit, I mean, that's one of my biggest problems is being impulsive. Being an impulsive buyer, a lot of times I try and I stay away from. See, Chris, I see you, Chris.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I like. I'm a big man. I like to eat. So I mean, brother, get hungry. It just ain't just a little old cheeseburger.
Chomp.
I gotta have the triple with everything on it. And next thing you know, I done spent like $10, $15, and when I could have just spent $2, but. I'm not going to talk about my wife's impulsive shopping, but I mean,
I'm not
No
touching that.
comment. Yeah.
but she knows it. She knows it. She.
I see. Yeah.
Well, at least you know it, and at least it's up there.
Right, and I mean
It
that's
is
one of the
honest, right.
things that I've learned. In my, me and my wife are trying to get our credit and stuff together, and we have a budget, but it's so hard to stick with. Kids want this, kids need that, and next you know, Brother Young gets hungry, so I'm gonna get something to eat when I shouldn't probably just go home and fix something. But the impulsiveness is one of our big issues that we have. It's just trying to cut those things out. Like last night I wanted to go to the movies, and ends up staying home. But that's one of the things that I just got to cut out. The old about a year ago, I'd have been up in the movies with the popcorn chilling, but I saved some money last night. But
You a good man. I can't give up stuff like that. That's where my downfall would be. Like, cause I gotta live.
Exactly.
That's what it always.
and that's
hurt me.
one of the things
I
that-
need advice. I live in. I'm sorry.
No.
I live in a rob Peter to pay Paul lifestyle
Brother,
over
brother,
here. You know what
I'm
I mean?
with you on that.
So
Paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
So I need advice for that. Like, how do you help a brother like me? That's I want to save. I don't have bad credit, but I owe a couple people. I can't lie. But
I did want to say one thing though. When I with my daughter, especially when the paychecks come in for us, I'm a web designer, 9 to 5, and then my wife, she's a photographer, 9 to 5. And then what I basically do is like when our checks come in, I set them down on the table and say, well, this is what we got for the whole entire week. This is it right here, for the 2 weeks that we get paid. And then here's the bills that we got to pay. And then I let her add up all the bills, and then she looks at the 2 checks, and she goes, you ain't got enough money there. I said, I know. So that means you ain't getting an Xbox game. So
Right.
that's that's what she I try to teach her that, so that way she knows how to save up her own money to get what she needs.
Exactly.
nice.
Right.
If they
No
start
Xbox
off
for
young,
you.
knowing that, it'll be helpful. And I think it's very key that these high schools and especially elementary schools need to teach kids about finances.
You're absolutely right.
Oh,
That's
man.
if that was one class I would have took in Shaw High School was about credit. Oh my goodness.
Well, that's one thing that they did when I was going to school. They all the schools. Well, I don't know if they still do it now, but they would open up a little savings account for kids.
I had that. And when
Yeah,
I
me
had
too.
that too.
And you had your own little bank account and everything. So I mean, that's the thing. I was, I don't know why they don't do that anymore.
Yep, I saved my money up, and then I got like in the 7th
The
grade
reason
and
why they
bought my
don't-
Nintendo, and all of it was gone.
Yeah.
The reason why they don't teach it is because they want you to be in debt. Debt
that's sad.
is the new way of making money.
Wow.
Wow, I never
Ain't
thought
that
of it
something?
Like that. Wow.
Profound.
Well, we're about to go into a break, and we're going to come back with my man, Mr. Scott Pennyman, and we're going to talk about the NC2As, along with the free agent frenzy going on in the NFL,
Yeah, man, I gotta
on
put
the
my-
Hood Point, on the Morning Show Central Radio
Yeah.
Network.
We smoke, ascended swirl slice, precise combinations, separated several twice. North Coast crack, from the rip of the Ray Cash. It's like hot sauce in my bag, hot sauce in my bag. Paisley, Pimpmatic, Granddaddy.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Okay, we got some breaking breaking news from downtown Cleveland. We're going to kick to our on-the-scene reporter, Justin.
This is Justin from the MSC Radio Network. We are live downtown where we've had some reports of some recent zombie attacks. We got a witness here that says she knows what's happening.
Oh my God, the zombie was eating that man's face. But I got an awesome Mindless Clothing t-shirt.
Mindless Clothing. www.mindlessclothing.com.
Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com. Pete 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningshowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com.
Had I for tomorrow, I started to make it my home.
False prophets in the pulpit every Sunday preaching lies and bullshit. Bullshit wool over your eyes. Try to disguise who's the wolf in sheep's clothing. Texas Hold'em bluff is evident. Talking loud, hallelujah, the sermon irrelevant. Miss Jenkins 40 years in the same seat. Praying to the Lord, clapping her hands and stomping the beat. Choir marching in to the same old theme song. Usher board checking cause I got Tim's and jeans on. Thought the Bible said come as I are, but now I'm feeling like Moses cause I see us apart. They said the church was meant to save souls every Sunday. Seemed like a comedy show. Gotta show W-2s just to get forgiveness. Church or a business, can I get a witness? Man, I'm so sick of church folk. Hypocrites when I need to go to church folk. I can't stand church folk. Joy coming in the morning, but it hurt more. Said I'm so sick of church folk. Hypocrites when I need to go to church folk. I can't stand church folk. Joy coming in the morning, but it hurt. I've been here for a while. Amongst the fake smiles since I was a child. Never understood how. Pastor ignite the crowd. Words sweet aroma, the accents is foul. Now, take for instance when tithing offering. Get buried in the coffin of sin. Offering words of hope that blow in the wind. Sound good so we catch the Holy Ghost again. First lady sneak peek on the weekend. She freaking the deep end off the deep end. They go shopping in he spins. New hat, new shoes, new black on black Benz. Pastor staying up on his down low. I peeked him feeding strawberries to the choir director Tyrone. Had the nerve to say, I know you ain't a homo, but if you change your mind, I wanna be the first to know, bro. Man, I'm so sick of church folk. Hypocrites, what I need to go to church folk. I can't stand church folk. Joy coming in the morning, but it hurt more. Said I'm so sick of church folk. Hypocrites, what I need to go to church folk. I can't stand church folk. Joy coming in the morning, but it hurt more.
My brothers and my sisters, they don't understand me because I'm trying, Lord, I'm trying to get in.
User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits. A 99.5% uptime guarantee and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. Oh, great. Not another Farmville request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/morningshowcentral. Denying one Farmville request at a time.
The Hood Point coming at you live every Saturday at 2 p.m. on the Morning Show Central Radio Network.
You can
Yo, yeah. Welcome back to the Hood Point. Few technical difficulties. Right. We are back for the second half of the show. My man Keith Allen had to go make some biscuits, so he won't be on the second half of the show. My man Sean had to go release some biscuits, but he'll be back momentarily.
Release some biscuits.
But right here on the show right now,
Chris,
we got,
get that air freshener out for Sean when he come out.
we got Scott. Hold on. Okay, y'all breaking my train of thought now. Right about now, we got my man Scott Pennyman from Channel 19.
Sports producer, Channel 19.
Sports producer, Channel 19.
Yep.
We're going to talk a little about the... My mic stand is going down. We're going to talk a little bit about the NCAA Browns free agency and a couple other things that's going to pop off for the Cleveland Browns. We're going to pass this off to my man Scott Pennyman. Scott, take over. Yo, Erupt. Y'all got me. Go ahead.
What's up? What's going on with you, man?
Nothing much, man.
Welcome to the Hood Point.
Thank you.
Man.
Welcome.
Honored to be here.
All right, we're glad to be here, man. So I guess we're gonna jump right into some good sports, man. Yeah. Let's talk about some March Madness first before we get on them clowns. I mean the Browns. I'm sorry.
All right.
He said it, not me.
I sure did.
So
clowns.
So now I won't have a lot of people.
I totally understand the name clowns. So.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, at least I don't have nobody coming after me today
mama,
for calling them clowns.
So what's up, man? Who you It's wide open, man.
Yeah.
I know I'm a big college basketball fan, and I've really especially this week, I've really been watching a lot of these different conferences.
Right.
So who you looking at right now, man?
Like you said, it's one of those years where it's all over the place. I mean, you could see any one of about 10 to 15 teams having a legitimate shot at being, winning the whole thing.
Right.
I think you look at some of the stronger teams. I think you got Duke.
Even though they got knocked off last night.
Well, see, here's my thing with that.
They're still going to get in, though.
Oh, yeah. They'll be number one seed. But I think that the conference tournament to schools like Duke and top elite schools don't really mean a whole lot.
Right.
Because what happens is that I think oftentimes you're better served to maybe even lose one of those games. Because it gives you a couple days more rest headed into the NCAA tournament. Right. When you look at if you really get on the roll in the conference tournament, you're playing about 3 or 4 straight days of games. That could be sort of physically taxing for some teams. So I think oftentimes, if you're a team like Duke, you may be better served by losing earlier on in the conference tournament and getting maybe 2 or 3 extra days of rest.
Right.
So I think...
Good point.
That's a very good point.
So I think that's why you see a lot of these teams, they don't take the conference tournament seriously, not as seriously as they should. And I think that's part of the reason. It's
because last night's loss, when Duke lost to Maryland, that was kind of the expression that I got from Coach K. It's like, all right, we lost. Okay. Hey, all right. We'll see y'all in the next week.
No, it's not a big deal. It's not really a big deal when
we're in.
If you're going in, you're a number 1 seed. You may enjoy the days of rest a little more than actually playing those games.
Heal, repair a little
Absolutely.
bit.
Right.
That makes all the sense.
You know, those games, you still gonna get somebody who just probably played their
Yeah.
heart out to get in.
Oh, right, exactly.
Yeah, somebody like Butler.
Right. And you always see the teams with the sense of urgency really play harder this time of year. A team like Maryland was on the bubble.
Right.
So Duke, while it would have been nice to win the game, Maryland needed the game.
Right.
So I think come conference tournament time, that sort of thing wins over.
Right. Like another example of that needed the game that I thought with Iowa.
Right.
I keep saying
Absolutely.
that they're one of the 4 I think the next 4 out they keep
Absolutely.
saying. So they really and they played Michigan State very well last night, but
and I think that's what happens. I think that's what you see this time of year is the teams who are normally on the bubble perform better in the conference tournament because they got everything to play for.
Right.
I got you.
Even Michigan lost last night.
Yeah. And that's crazy, man. You're talking about a team that at one point was the number 1 team in the nation, and they were the 5 seed in the Big Ten tournament. So, but the cesspool of the world, that's what they get.
And come next Thursday and Friday, all this means nothing.
Nothing.
Right. It means not a thing. Not a thing.
Right.
A room full of people are going to pick the guys they want in. And
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Right.
Absolutely. The flip side is that when you look at smaller conferences like the MAC conference, the Horizon League, the regular season really means absolutely nothing. They play 4 months of practice games because essentially, if Akron loses tonight to OU, they're going home.
And that's it. Yep.
So really, it really makes the regular season is absolutely meaningless if you come from a small conference.
Yeah.
Because the big conferences, it means so much less. Akron has played about 30-something games up to this point, but if they lose tonight, all means nothing. We'll see them in the NIT next week.
That's bad.
So,
that's bad because conferences like the MAC usually have 2 or 3 teams that can actually compete in the tournament. But like you said, with them being a smaller conference, they never get the shot. I wonder why that is. That's kind of...
Well, let's face it. I mean, this tournament, it's about the bigger teams, bigger schools, bigger money.
It's all about money,
About money.
And why didn't say a tournament? Why we love the underdogs and why we love the Cinderella stories? At the end of the day, it's normally the big teams who are in the Final Four.
Right.
And that's one. The Cinderella, the clock normally strikes midnight around the Sweet 16.
Right. Sometimes before.
Or they may get lucky, even get Elite 8. But generally, when you look at those, the national championship, with the exception of Butler, they're the Cinderella. But it's just when you're a small school like a Horizon League school, a MAC school, there's too many teams that you're going to play that are just going to have too much talent than you do.
Exactly.
And it becomes a numbers game. You might be one of them, might be 2, might get lucky and be 3.
Right.
But it runs out at some point.
You're right. Because that's one of the things I've noticed this year. They keep talking about, the talent is a lot more spread out,
Right.
But I still think when it's all said and done, the top teams are going to be the ones that's going to be battling for the title. Your Dukes, your Indianas, those teams are going to, because they have the talent.
Right.
They have
But
more talent.
are the one and done starting to hurt that though? I mean, that's not.
Oh, I think they are hurting that somewhat.
Because is it hurting the tournament overall?
Look at Kentucky. I mean, they're struggling
That's
right
what
now.
I was going to bring up as an example.
Well, I think it's a flip side to it. Yeah, I mean, if you're a college basketball purist, sure, you like to see guys stick around for 2 or 3 years. But from the grand scheme and spectrum, it's not as bad. Because just think about it, when the majority of guys, not LeBron James, I mean, we all knew who he was in high school. Right. But from guys like, did you really have a good sense of who Dwight Howard was in high school? I mean, we'd heard of him, but we didn't really see him play a whole lot. I think that 1 year to market a guy in college basketball means a lot as far as for the pros, because us getting to see Derrick Rose for 1 season, getting to see Anthony Davis for 1 season in college last year, even Carmelo Anthony, remember the big time run that he had when he was in college.
Syracuse,
it gives us an opportunity to see who these guys are. So then when they get to that next level, now we know, okay, we know who Derrick Rose is. We know who, Kyrie Irving is. He had the one big game. So I think it's helped out the pro game. As far as the college game, it kind of is what it is. It's just, but it does give, blue chip athletes, whereas a lot of these guys who, guys like Shabazz Muhammad and UCLA, he would have been straight to the NBA under the old current system, under the old system. Yeah. Right. Now, college basketball, you get a year where you can see a talent like him play college basketball. So I think it's not all bad.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with you on that. I think they need that development year, just to get a different mindset. Because, like I say, just going straight to the league hurt a lot of guys, I think, in the past.
It does. And it gives guys opportunities to be able to get a feel. Number one, have an opportunity to play against guys who are just one step away from the big leagues. And also it gives them just the everyday life of being an athlete, how people, the campuses, how they have to interact with the people on campus the same way you have to interact with girls and groupies on the NBA level. It gets you used to a travel schedule, having to be on planes and travel and everything like that. So I think that 1 year is valuable to guys in that situation.
I agree. Okay, I'm going to keep it real quick. I got to fill out my bracket.
Oh, yeah.
If you had to pick the Final Four, who you got?
I won't name a team, but here's what I will say. If you look at things traditionally over the last 10 or 15 years, and I've actually had some pretty good brackets doing this. Go to the NBA draft websites, see the players that they have projected and what teams they play for. Because generally this time of year, the alpha dogs prevail. I mean, it's the guys who can carry their teams to a certain level. Like last year, Kentucky had 4 guys out of their starting lineup who were lottery picks, even before the tournament. Generally, this is when great players normally remember the run that Dwayne Wade took Marquette on back in 03. Yes. He was like the only real, elite level NBA talent that was on their team. Right. Generally, this time of year is when those guys really shine. So, kind of look and see who the marquee stars are on these teams. I'd pick some of those guys to go far because generally, this is the time of year where a great player can take you very far.
Now I'm a piggyback on that a little bit because I call myself a bracket aficionado or whatever.
Bracketologist.
I got a bracketologist. Yeah, I like that. And one of the things that I've noticed, and you may be correct me if you think differently or whatever, but one of the things I've noticed with college basketball, especially tournament time, it's point guard driven.
Yeah.
And a lot of teams, even teams that you don't really expect to go far, go a little bit farther because they have that point guard play where other teams can't match up against teams because of that point. I mean, I'll go all the way back to UCLA with Tyus Etney.
Yep.
And, Tyus Etney wasn't that great of a point guard, but teams had problems matching up with him, and that's what helped their run go so far. And I think that right. I look at matchups of certain teams and teams that they're known for shooting the 3.
Right.
Okay, well, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. Mm-hmm. So you don't get into one of those games where you're gonna get a shootout where you got somebody that likes to play the zone defense on you, and you can't hit threes.
Right.
So now what you gonna go to? So I look at teams that have those guys that they can alternate, they can switch their game around. Okay, I got guard play. I can go inside now.
Right.
I think that was one of the big things that helped Ohio State last couple of years with Jared Sullinger because not only did they have the outside game, but they could go inside when needed to against certain teams like that. But I do agree with you. There are some teams where that one alpha dog player, like I think that's going to help Indiana out so well because they got Cody Zeller.
Right.
And when he steps up and plays, there's not anybody in the country that can really handle him. And that makes a big difference in the tournament.
And that's a really good point, too, because when you look at the to me, one of the main differences between the pro game and the college game is the fact that I think the NBA teams do a really good job when they have a really good big man of really just working the ball to them.
Right.
I think college basketball doesn't do that as much because they kind of stress the team game and ball movement and everything like that, which keeps the ball in the hand of the guards a lot, which makes it a guard-dominated game. And so I do think that when you look at the teams who normally go for, if you have a strong backcourt, especially, in elite NBA level sort of players in your backcourt, it's going to take you a long way.
Exactly.
It's going to take you a long way.
And that's one of the things I give hope to Ohio State this year because they got Aaron Craft, and he can play D. And some of these schools that have these point, like the one guy I was watching the other night from Miami, I can't think of his name, the point guard.
That's the baseball player's son, Duncan.
Right. Larkin.
Yeah, Larkin.
Barry Larkin's son.
Larkin.
Yeah. You know, I can see him having some games where he just carries them because nobody can check him.
Right.
But you get against somebody like Ohio State where they got a point guard that can play D, one of the best defensive point guards in the nation, that can kind of offset that.
Yep.
But so I agree with that. I don't. So you don't have nobody that you just.
I like.
Well, if he gives you his picks, then you know.
I like Michigan.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna copy it down.
I'm listening, man.
This is Channel 19 over here. See, he know what he's talking about.
He's a professional.
I like Duke to go far. I like Miami. I like Michigan. Those are teams that have really good guard play.
Miami is my pick right now.
They're pretty strong. You know, I think Miami just. I don't know about Miami. They also kind of cross me as one of those teams that could get upset by a really fundamentally sound team. So,
I'll be with you on that. The only thing is the X factor is the big guy. I forget his name.
Kaji, that's Kenny Kaji.
Yeah, he's inside and outside. I mean, he's going to be almost.
They kind of remind me of
those packed-in zones.
Yeah, they kind of remind me of how Ohio State was the last 2 years with the way they play.
True.
See, here's the thing. They kind of remind me a little differently. They kind of remind me of some of the. And I don't mean it's in a bad way, but some of the University of Cincinnati teams in like the mid-'90s where they were real strong defensive, had a lot of long, lean bodies. But oftentimes, if there was a team that really played some good fundamental basketball against them, they would have problems. Yeah. It's kind of like when you see those. You know, look, I didn't play, but I played football at Cleveland Heights. But like our basketball team when I was at Cleveland Heights was always real talented, with a bunch of guys who wanted to go play Division I basketball. Whenever they go down state, they played against teams that weren't as talented as them, just played a little bit better fundamentals than they did, played more fundamentally sound defense, fundamentally sound passing. Miami seems like the kind of team that could lose to one of those teams. That, you know,
I give you that. Yeah, I feel you on that.
It's just, you know, so. But I do like Michigan. I think they're strong. Yeah. I think Duke will be there, as much as I hate to say it.
With you on that one.
Ohio State and UCLA. Those are kind of my teams. UCLA is kind of my sleeper.
Okay.
You know. Go for it.
Why do you think black colleges, like their basketball teams, don't prevail? Like, why they're not as good as, like, you know, Horizon Leagues and regular colleges, like traditional colleges, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as basketball-wise?
You saying, like, now is that a conference question or like a black or
like
black
the,
or white
the
question?
historic
like,
black?
You know, March Madness, like we got for all the regular schools and like traditional. Why is like the black colleges like FAMU?
Why don't
like
they?
Hampton and them usually.
Well, why can't they be like elite schools?
Yeah.
Well, I think the number one standpoint is talent. Because I think that back in the day, maybe a lot of blacks didn't really get into the bigger schools. Now, if you're black and you're talented, you're going to North Carolina, you're going to Duke, you're going to Texas, you're going to Michigan. Yes. So I just think they just don't get the elite level players. They don't have the budgets. They don't have the sort of resources to be able to recruit big time talents. They kind of have to take what they can get.
And I think on the flip side as well, you know, and not even just the big time schools, but you got some of these guys that are very talented that they may not go to the Michigans or the Dukes where they got to sit behind the 5-star recruit over there. Well, I'll go over here to maybe Ohio University where I'm gonna be a starter for this team. And it's not the black college, but it's one of the MAC schools or some of these other smaller colleges where I'm going to be able to showcase my talent that I do have instead of having to sit behind these 5-star recruits. They're going to be here for 1 year and then they're gone, you know. And then next year they're bringing in a whole nother 5-star recruit, and I'm still sitting behind these guys. So I think that has something to do with it as well.
I think you're seeing that a lot more in football too, in college football, where guys are going to different schools and things. I think that's kind of adding to some of the parity, where guys now they don't want to go to UCLA. I mean, you know, USC and Florida and Miami and go sit behind a guy for 2 or 3 years. They'll go to a smaller school and go get on the field immediately. So I think you're seeing that sort of thing in college football. Maybe we'll see in basketball down the road. You know, who knows? You know, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm rooting for my Buckeyes. I think they're, depending on how they finish in this tournament, like you said, you know, kind of doesn't really matter to some teams. But I think with a team like Ohio State, the better they finish, if they make it to the championship game tomorrow, that'll help their seeding just a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to be like a number 1 or number 2 seed, but I mean, I think if they win the tournament, I still think I think Indiana's going to be probably win the tournament,
and they're going to get the higher seed.
And they're going to get the higher seed regardless, even if they happen to play Ohio State and they lose Ohio State. Right. I still think so, but I'm a Buckeye. Cut me. I bleed scarlet and gray, but
I'm with you on that. But they're not going to go that far.
I don't even. Well, I think if they're
Sean said, my money says
right. No, I think if the lower the seed, I think if Ohio State gets to a point where if they were like maybe a 5 seed,
right.
The track to get to the Final Four, the Elite Eight, is a little bit easier when you're like a 2 or 3 seed, because when you're that 2 or 3 seed, usually maybe by the time you get to the Sweet 16, you're facing another quality team by then, and that's their weaknesses is going to come out in that.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Yep.
But I'm rooting for them, though.
I'm rooting for them, man. I live and die for my Buckeyes, man. I went to school there, man. That's my school, man. Whatever they do, man.
They could. I mean, it's the tournament. It's a one and done situation. Yep. Any sport where it's a one and done situation, anything can happen.
Right.
So you never know.
All right, we got 4 quick minutes.
Let's talk about some football
to get the Browns. They
get your feedback
either condolences or
condolences.
Have mercy.
We're a little down on the Browns, huh?
They're not even dead yet.
Well, some people feel they are.
I don't know what they've done in free agency.
They on life support, maybe.
No.
So let's tell us your thoughts on the free agency so far.
I think it's been pretty. I think they figured, they pointed out, if you saw the press conference a few weeks back, Joe Banner and Mike Lombardi, they stressed that this team needs significant upgrades with the front seven. That's what they've attacked here, and with good reason. When you figure the team is going from a 4-3 to a 3-4, that sort of changes the philosophy of what you want to do defensively. Now you have defensive ends that have different responsibilities, and you have pass rushing linebackers. So it was a necessity to go out and get a 3-4 defensive end. They got that with Desmond Bryant. They picked up a couple pass rushers, and Quentin Groves and Paul Kruger
from the Ravens.
And so I think with that's Baltimore.
I'm not mad.
They've been stripped pretty clean, haven't they?
Yes.
But
that's all right though.
No, I think it won't bother them too much because they're a team that drafts very well.
Right.
They don't chase them; they replace them. So I'm pretty sure that they'll go out and
they already have somebody in the backup anyway.
Exactly,
so.
They have backups. That's what great organizations do. They always let players go a year earlier rather than a year later, or a year too late. But I think that with the Browns, I think they're addressing what they feel like were the biggest needs on the team. Now, as far as the secondary, which I thought was a pretty big area of need, and I don't know, the pickings are getting pretty thin as far as free agency. I think they're going to have to draft well. I think that's what's, come draft time, they're going to have to hit on about 3 or 4 draft picks.
Come on,
Milner. And that's what I was saying earlier. That's really, really got me concerned about them right now, is because it seems like they've covered their needs on the front seven, and that's fine. But they've waited too long now, and there's so many key. Well, I won't say key, but good cornerbacks have gone off the board. I thought maybe they would go after Akeem to leave, but I saw on my way here, he signed a 1-year deal with New England. So there's a lot of these names that keep coming off the board, and it's at the point now, okay, are they going to get one of these guys like Antoine Winfield to come in, even though he's a little bit up in age, and they said they weren't going to try and make a splash on older guys like that? Or are they banking on we're going to go after D. Milner in the draft. Yeah. But he might not be there by the time they pick at 6.
I think they're just having confidence in their whole draft. I mean, 1, 3 through 7. I think they're just really, really, and that's what it's really about. It's not just about your first round pick. It's about your whole draft. I mean, when you look at some of the guys who are in free agency, guys like Kerry Williams, Paul Kruger, those guys were taken 2nd, 3rd. Kerry Williams was not even drafted. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that if you have a really good, strong organization that bases itself on drafting, you really need to make hay in the later rounds, and I think that's kind of what they're dependent on. They're dependent on tremendous talent evaluation and finding some players late in the draft that can come in and be productive for you pretty early on.
Cool.
So I think right at this point, that's all you really don't have much of a choice because their pickings are pretty slim in free agency. But let's look at all your really good teams now. They really they emphasize the draft more than anything.
Yes. True.
Even Baltimore, they let guys go in free agency. They've done a tremendous job last 10 or 15 years of just letting guys go a year early before they kind of are ready for big money and replacing them with guys who they drafted or got as undrafted free agents, and they always do just fine.
Yeah, Patriots also.
Patriots, Pittsburgh, all the good organizations lean more heavy on the draft.
I'm surprised the Patriots got rid of Wes Welker.
You know what, Dad? I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
because they treated Richard Seymour the same way. Showed him.
Well, yeah, you're right about that. I didn't think about that.
They're known for doing that kind of stuff.
I didn't think about that.
I just don't like how they did it. It's the process of how they did it was wrong. So
that's the Patriot way.
Yes.
Yeah.
They get victory.
They keep winning.
All
that matters.
We hear the
well,
music.
It's time.
Right. Real quick though, before you go, you think the Browns might go after Elvis Dumervil?
No. I think they've already shot their wad as far as that. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Really?
I think so too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you. No problem. Glad to be here.
Appreciate you coming.
Absolutely. Anytime.
I guess we signing out. It's the Hood Point.
Man, we gotta have you come back, man. Talk some more sports, man. You know the Indians coming, man.
Absolutely.
We gotta get some. We gotta get that sports perspective.
I'm excited. I'm fired up about them. I actually attend some games this year.
Wow.
Hey, a lot of people have been saying that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna have to check them out too, man. Hey.
Yeah.
I think he finally has replaced that mentality that, if they'll come, I'll build it. Well, if you build it, we will come.
Absolutely.
And people are saying we will come this year,
right?
Because I like what you presented.
I like the acquisition of Terry Francona.
Absolutely.
I really
it gives your franchise some legitimacy.
Exactly.
Yeah. What is this? To fill their dreams? You build it, they'll come.
That's right. That's right.
And but Nolan was on the backwards. Well, if they'll come, I'll build them something. No.
It doesn't work that way. We kind of dictate that as fans.
Right.
So.
Exactly. I do know that they're cutting the price on hot dogs down there. I did hear that.
What? Was it going from $2.95 to $2.85?
They're dropping it down a third, I think, the price on hot dogs. Yeah. They're cutting prices on stuff. So, hey, they trying, man. That's all I ask. Just to try.
Instead of a family of 5 spending $75, we might spend about $60.
Right. Well, once again, y'all, this is the Hood Point. We're getting ready to sign off. Tune in every Saturday at 2 p.m. at MSC Radio Network. Make sure you get your catch us on the TuneIn app. You can also catch us on YouTube. Holler at us on Facebook, on Twitter at the Hood Point.
Yeah, everything's the Hood Point.
All day, every day, man. Give us some likes, man. Hit us up, man. Just if you like it, if you don't like it, just hit like and go on about your business.
Exactly.
We can use all the likes we can get. But until next time, we want to thank Terry for coming out, man. It's been great. To my man G Host, my man Sean C.
Yes.
Big Keith making them biscuits. I'm your man E Rumble. We'll see y'all next week. Holla.
Peace.
Oh man, and Audrey too. I'm so sorry, Audrey.
I can't even say nothing because you're a man of God now.
In the name of Jesus.
And big brother Chris from above.
Conversational situations, patience, rusty. This was Eve. He said her name was Tim. 8 eyes connect. It's such a coincidence. Me finding you. You found me, now we here. No games, no facade, baby. Let the smoke clear.
Is this a smoke screen? Are we above the clouds? Are we above the rain? Are we above the sound? Angels in the distance and 2